I don't own copyrights to any music or songs you may hear. I do not own the rights to any copyrights to any music or songs you may hear. Loud and clear. I do not own the rights to any copyrights to any music or songs you may hear. Loud and clear. I do not own the rights to any copyrights to any music or songs you may. What up, what up, what up? Testing, testing, testing. Let me know if you can hear me. We back in the building, y'all. We back in the building. With that being said, let's get it. Come on! Ill wickety, no tickety, straight tickety, chip. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy GY, aka GY Shefty, aka GY Mr. Shots Fired. I always shoot my shot because if I don't take my shot, I miss 100% of my shots. Another day, another podcast. Yo, it's one of those days, though, my sinuses is acting up. You already know what it is, man, but we gonna make it do what it do. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff. For one, shout out to the Super Bowl champ, man. You know, he finally has gotten the monkey off his back. One second, I don't know. You know, here's the thing. My opponent hit me up. He see me put the podcast in the chat. Gonna talk about he ready. What the world? You was supposed to be back for another hour and a half. This is why I start with people, and this is why y'all all come at me like I'm crazy. Y'all all want to blow me out because I say what I say, and I mean what I say, and I do what I say, and y'all get upset. Anyway, let me try to bring it down because you know people. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm gonna bring it down. Shout out to the Super Bowl champ Pharaoh. He finally has got the monkey off his back, and you know he's gonna be talking a lot of trash to people. For one, you already know because he's light skinned, he's gonna start. I said it. I said it. You know those light skinned folks, man. They're a different breed, man. They're a different breed. They're a different breed. I don't know. You know, I don't even know what to say, man. Those light skinned guys, love them to death, but they're a different breed. But yeah, man. But also, man, I appreciate everyone in the league, as I always say, even the pain in the butts, because without y'all, there is no league. But let's get down to business, man. Like I was saying, shout out to the Super Bowl champ, Pharaoh. He finally got the monkey off his back, but he's still light skinned. I wonder how that's working out for him. Shout out to my boy, Mr. Gray Area himself, the Raiders. He finally made the playoffs. Kudos and big ups to the Raiders. Dawson, he made the playoffs. He held up his end of the agreement. He said he was going to make the playoffs. Now we need him to take that next step forward. And try to get the monkey off his back and win the Super Bowl. With that being said, the little brother, came at me in the chat, Little Dion. For those of you, there go the Super Bowl champ. He's in the building. The Super Bowl champ has joined us. He told I feel good to be the champ. Okay, Roman Reigns. Shots fired. So Little Dion, yeah, I called him Little Dion, came at me in the chat. The Niners, the little brother of the Raiders, Mr. Glitcher himself, going to say the NFC in the league is weak because we made the playoffs with no less than 6 losses. Huh? What? You heard what I said. Well, Mr. Dion, it felt good to make the playoffs. Yeah, I was one and done. I wasn't prepared. Like right now, I'm 0-2 because I wasn't prepared. Life happens. Life comes first. But Little Dion said he is 6'3", 260. You're right. That's not too little. But life happens, and I'm not making no excuse. But I'm not on the sticks the way I used to be. In the words of the Niners, he said, we're aged out. And that is the goddamn truth. I'm aged out. But I won many Super Bowls in my day. And you know what? If they do this game right, the older folks, and I'm not saying old, excuse me, I told y'all it's a bad sign this day. I'm not saying like the older, not old people, I'm saying the older guys in the league, they still can compete, such as myself, such as uh, the Bears, such as the Patriots, the Jets. Well, Mr. Gray Area, he's still competing. But if I get banned or suspended, Dion, you got to run the league, brother, because I'm about to say it. Every time I say something about EA, they tend to suspend the kid. But CFM needs a total overhaul, not bits and pieces. I'm getting sick of the fact. And I said I wasn't going to say anything, but I want to talk to you guys about the gameplay of Madden. Let's seriously, and I'm not, some of you are winning, some of you are building great players, you're grooming, you have great teams, but let's seriously talk about Madden itself and the gameplay. Let's take a moment to reflect on what I just said. You're right. It's all about MUT. They want us to play MUT so they can make money. If we were spending coins, dollars, dineros, oh, shots fired! Yo, shots fired. So the present Super Bowl champ, which is the Titans, the Tennessee Titans, asks the Niners, who is the weakest Super Bowl champ? And without hesitation, I said without hesitation, Big Dion said, Big D, he said, pause. He said, the Cowboys without a doubt. Yeah, I remember. See that this how the topics get changed because y'all guys are trouble, man. Oh man, y'all guys are trouble. Ben Billions is in the building with a sloppy jawhead. But playoffs had just started. It was the wild card. Out of the blue, the Niners came in and said, "Yo, we gonna have a different Super Bowl champ this season." Yo, I'm like, yo, put some respect on the Cowboys' name. He just won the Super Bowl. Y'all talking about he's not even going past the wild card? Well, I try to defend you, Cowboys. But they were right. You were one and done. I called it last season. I called it this season. And he called it in the playoffs. You were not supposed to be there last year. I was supposed to beat you. The fumbles that I had in that game was just, let's put it this way, different. But you made it. You won. We can't take that away from you. As a light skinned man once said, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. As your boy Gywu always say, even a fish wouldn't get caught if he kept his mouth shut. How about that one? Y'all like that one? Huh? What? You heard what I said. Even a fish wouldn't get caught if he kept his mouth shut. Oh, yeah, we talking about some things here today. We talk about some things here today. But let's go back to the topic. They want us to play mutt so we can spend money. CFM needs a total overhaul. I don't know if y'all noticed. Oh man. Oh no. Oh, oh. The Titans say he don't agree with the Niners often, but he definitely agree with the Niners with the Cowboys. Being the weak, yo, Cowboys, come in here and defend yourself. I can't do it by myself, man. I cannot do it by myself. So before I get into the whole EA need to overhaul CFM mode, let's talk about breakout games. Hmm? What? You heard what I said. I said a breakout game. Yeah, everything you talk about goes in conjunction with the total overhaul. So the breakout games, if y'all notice, they're far and few in between. And when you get one, have y'all noticed how hard the game is? It was always hard when you get a breakout game, but I'm talking about how I always said the game be decided before it's even started. The game be decided before it's even started, and then on top of that, they're making sure you don't get the breakout. Huh? You give me a breakout. See, I talk about stuff from experience that I go through, and then I see other users go through. And when they bring it to me, I'm able to talk about it because I also went through it and I understand what they're saying. So I have more depth and detail on what they're talking about than a lot of users. Some users might say, oh, he just complained and then he lost. No, no, it's not that. I had a breakout game with a running back and I had a breakout game with a receiver. But one at a time, the breakout game with the running back, my O line is very good. I couldn't get more than 2 yards most of the time. His defense was always on point. Yeah, granted, when I tried to throw the ball, the receivers were slipping, had a lot of drops. But guess what? Him on offense, his receivers wasn't slipping. He wasn't dropping passes. All I'm saying is EA let us play. Let us decide who wins that game. Let one opponent outthink the other opponent. All right, you want to put the rain game in there? Fine. But don't ramp up his defense and decrease somebody's offense because you put a breakout game in effect. I had a breakout game with a receiver. Please tell me why that receiver got hurt in the first quarter. Huh? Breakout games are not meant to be. After doing my homework, they couldn't find a way to take the breakout games out of this Madden. As I continued to do my research, I found out that they wanted to take him out, but one of their colleagues said, do not take out the breakout games because it will cause an upstir in the Madden connected franchise community. Uproar, upstir, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's a conflict of interest because now you have where when you're grooming your players, of course, you always had what is it called? After school tutoring where you can groom either from 3 to 6 players if you spent the XP points. Now you have stacking available. So you can build up a all rookie team and make them an all Madden team in a season, maybe 2. Excuse me. So it really is a conflict of interest. But when you look at players or users such as myself who's not on the game, we're going to take any advantage. So you look at, I can stack and then I got to break out too. Yeah, I know. They had to. So Farrell said stacking coming out the game next Madden. They had to. That's also in my notes here. It's another so I didn't know you worked closely with them, but if you just look at the concept of stacking, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to basically keep us all entertained so we wouldn't notice the other flaws in the game. First of all, let's talk about the updates, right? Before we get off the stacking thing, let's talk about the updates. Yeah, notice we normally get our last update in January. We have had 3 more updates since January. We just had one 2 days ago. Now go back to the stacking. When the game first came out, you can groom a 25-year-old player the same way you can groom a 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old player. When they did, I think it was the second update, and we had to restart around that time. That's when they went back and said, no more grooming a 25-year-old the same way you can groom a younger player, right? But here's the thing. They made a mistake. It was supposed to be a 26-year-old player. They were supposed to slow down the development of the 25-year-old, but they slowed him down like if he was 26-year-old. And I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking about my tight end cup. When the game first started, superstar instantly first season. This year round, I didn't make him superstar till last season. Now, mind you, he had the stats. He had the touchdowns, he had the yards, everything, the catches. They didn't give him that superstar dev upgrade. which brings me to stacking. So now, if you stack even a 25-year-old, you can make a superstar. You can make an X factor. You could take a 59 overall player and make him an X factor. It's very easy to do. But what's going to happen, as Farrell mentioned, they have to take it out the game because it's it's too much. For the users that do this recreationally, for the users that work, such as myself, who plays the game just for a little downtime or whatever, you're not going to be able to build and groom the same way as the guys who's on the game. You take our Lions user, great user. What's up, Easy? Easy is in the building. Shout out to Easy. You take our Lions user. He's a good user. Now he knows how to stack. Look at his team. Look at this. Donald Dawson is in the building, Mr. Gray Area himself. I was just talking about you in the beginning of the podcast, as I always do. Shout out to Donald Dawson. He made the playoffs. He kept up his end of the bargain. Now you got to get that monkey off your back and win that Super Bowl, brother. But yeah, so you take a user like our Lions user who knows how to build. Matter of fact, you take a user like the Raiders who just came into the building who knows how to build. It's much easier for them to build up a team with this stacking stuff. And then if you have skill, my wife is in the building. Y'all better say hello to my wife. Yeah, last time somebody didn't say hello to my wife, and I was going to boot them, and I forgot who it was. My wife is in the building. So a user like the Lions, a user like Easy, a user like the Raiders, a user like Ben, a user like Farrell, they play the game and they know the ins and outs of the game. Shout out to Easy saying, "What's up, Miss Gywu?" See, that's Easy. That's why I like you. Even though you took a false one when you know I was going to bust that. Ooh, I ain't going to say it. I ain't going to say what was going to happen that game. You know what I was going to do that game. But let's talk about something else. Shots fired. Shout out to Easy, man. Yo, Easy, yo. Anyway, I was saying, oh, Easy, can I get a trade? See Easy, how I traded you? I traded you. I ain't say, yo, man, what you trying to say? I'm not grooming him right? Yo, that's a classic, Easy. I'm not letting you live that down, man. But users that know how to build, they have a clear advantage. Then the users that know how to play the game have another clear advantage. So the people that play recreationally or just not on the game as much as others, they're at a clear disadvantage with stacking. So they literally have to take it out, put the breakout games back in. And you also, come on, like it's just too much. It's no more. I mean, you still have to think about what the other person is doing, but it's not a chess match like it used to be. It used to really be a chess match. You know, like I said about the whole thing, like with the breakout games, they're making the other team's defense stronger just because you have a breakout game. And don't get me wrong, no, they still happen. The breakout games still happen, but they're far and few in between. And when they happen, you can be playing the bummiest person, bottom of the barrel. I was waiting for somebody to take a shot and say like UGY, I was waiting for the shot to come. Nobody took the shot. You're gonna miss 100% of your shots if you don't take that shot. But you can be playing the most trash person, and you would think you was playing one of the guys from the Madden Bowl. Why? I'm like, yo, what is happening here? But so, like I said, they after speaking to my guy, who really is not supposed to speak to me anymore. Well, we conversate. We were friends before he started working for EA. He told me they were supposed to take that out. They tried to take it out the game, the breakout games. They tried to take it out the game. But then they realized when they couldn't get it out the way they wanted to get it out, because I don't know how computer savvy some of you are, but when you're coding, a lot of times you have to have one thing to have something else. So when they figured out that they couldn't completely take it out the game because they would have to take other things out the game, they said, "Oh no, what? Leave it in there." But now you have the stacking, so now you got the breakout games and you got the stacking, so one has to get removed. It's too easy to build a team, so the stacking is going to come out. And if they don't complete it, like I said, this is what's supposed to happen. This is the word I received. But if they don't take it out, they're definitely going to have to tone it down to where you can't stack. You can still groom in that coaching central thing, but you won't be able to stack. Which brings me to a defensive breakout. It was almost guaranteed if your DB had a 3 interception game, he was guaranteed to have a breakout game the next game. What happened to that? It's like they don't recognize the defense. And yeah, I know, like I said, I know I'll probably get banned after this podcast because I'm talking too much about EA. If they don't, thank you for not watching the podcast this time and not looking at it because I'm tired of getting banned for nonsense. I don't care if it's only a day or 2 days or 3 days, whatever it is. The last one was a day, and I was on a bye week, so you played yourself. But anyway, I'm only speaking facts. I'm not speaking to try to hurt EA. I'm speaking facts. I want you to listen to what we're saying to you. This is what we want done, which brings me to my next topic, comp mode, sim mode. So comp mode was basically, or is supposed to be, stick skills, right? I can't see the bottom part. Easy. What you said, Joey Porter had 3 interceptions, one defensive player of the week, and what happened after that? I couldn't see the bottom. In fact, let me pull up my iPad. Maybe I can see it that way. No, but let me tell you, simulation, right? No breakout. That's what I'm saying. Easy. It's like they forget about the defense. Niners, I hear you. I felt I didn't feel it was for bums, but I felt like comp mode was better. But what I'm noticing now, comp mode has become more of the arcade mode. I don't even know if that's the existent in Madden, but it used to be arcade mode, simulation mode, competitive mode. But now comp mode has become more of an arcade mode. All the fake stuff is spilling over from arcade mode into comp mode. Another thing, going back to what I said before, how you see how I keep saying everything intertwines? Where are the penalties? we need an upgrade for Madden for CFM. You should have penalties. You should have penalties in the game. You don't have no penalties in comp mode. You're gonna tell me you never see? Come on. I got Vita Vea X Factor. I got 415 pound. Well, he's not rookie no more. Big fella, DT, superstar on my line. I got Wonder Bosa, bro. I don't know which one I got. One of the Bosas. And you telling me you doing a halfback dive and you run for a touchdown? Get out of here. Get get out. And again, talking to my boy, it's like if, for example, you have a Derrick Henry, right? Derrick Henry in real life might be the best running back in football. Maybe some might say Walker's better this year. I don't know. Everybody have their own opinion. But Derrick Henry is going to break a lot of tackles. But every time you run with Derrick Henry, you're not going to break every single tackle. It got to be times where somebody hits you right and you get tackled. The overalls in the game are supposed to matter. See, you guys are not noticing that your overalls don't even matter. Everybody's team is just about equal now on comp mode. Yeah, that's the hidden secret that I was told. The teams are like equal. You know how you put in settings equal teams or unbalanced? I forgot how it was explained to me, but it's somewhere in settings where you can have another team better than another team. In comp mode, it's basically equal teams. So if your team is a 99 overall and I got a 69 overall team, but I got Derrick Henry and I got Randy Moss and I got Peyton Manning, my team is just as good as yours on comp mode. Overalls do not matter, which brings me back to stacking and grooming and building. It looks good that you made a superstar. It looks good that you made an X Factor, but guess what? The overall don't matter. You played that person with a 60 something or 70 something overall quarterback, and he's throwing dots, and you got a great 99 overall quarterback. He's throwing interceptions, and you wondering why? Because the teams are equal. We forget about things that matter, like the overalls, like the fairness. Comp mode is for stick skills, where the computer basically don't do nothing at all. But what happened to holding? What happened to face mask? How many times did you be like, oh, yo, that was pass interference? Come on. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. You had it where a couple of the tournament players were ready to, oh, here come my pain in the butt. I think he knows it's a podcast. He want to say hi. Say hi.
What's the podcast?
Say what's up.
It's good, bro.
Why you have to want to? You ain't going snowboarding. But anyway,
Yo, what's up?
it's crazy how no pass interference, no penalties, nothing. Y'all never thought about that? You never thought about how somebody got a 5'9" overall, a 5'9" in height player jumping over a 6'3" DB, and his jumping is only 75? Come on, it's no realism in competitive mode no more. They did what they were supposed to do when the competitive mode first came out, and we was all on simulation. Yeah, we all thought it was better, but it's not. It's not. It's not. And from what I can understand, a few years ago, there was a big disagreement with the tournament players because some wanted comp and some wanted simulation because it was like, yo, it's no penalties. It was I didn't notice it. That was one time I couldn't beef about something. It was the way that the players knew how to basically use and control a player and run into another player and then some kind of way switch off and still catch the ball with the other player to make a catch and with no pass interference. So I don't know if they patched that or what, but I never saw it. But that was the controversy, and they were saying that they was quitting the tournament or whatever. But comp, honestly, comp has gone astray. Comp is not what comp used to be. It's not. All the fake stuff has come over to comp. You guys are going to notice now that I mentioned it. You guys are going to see it's going to be in your head. You never get a penalty. Never get a penalty. The guys are playing equally to your guy. You got to extract the corner, but the guy got a 68 overall wide receiver. He destroying your extract the corner. Come on, come on, guys, come on. You know we got to keep it 100. What? All right, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck right now. What's the purpose of grooming your player to become X factor? And I never groom my player. Nah, it's not double easy. It's not double. Let's keep it a buck. You got an X Factor corner, 99 overall, 99 across the board from man coverage, press, zone coverage, hit sticker, whatever you want, power, whatever you want to call it. I got a 68 overall wide receiver. I'm destroying him. You never saying why? You're not saying why to yourself? Don't you say, yo, come on, EA, that was a jerk. Yo, they jerking me, they cheating me. Yeah, you know why? Because everything is basically even on comp mode. Overalls don't matter. Farrell, we've been saying take abilities out for the longest. If your guy came in, if your guy came in, man, as a superstar, let's take Miles Garrett for instance. If he came in as a superstar X Factor, he's a superstar X Factor. Fine. The other guys they weren't. That's how the trades got done. Yo, I want to trade for Miles Garrett. I don't care if he's old. But guess what? That made the game better. That made the game a chess match. We know you had a Miles Garrett. I had a Mike Evans. All right, I got to get the ball out to Mike Evans, but you got to cover Mike Evans before I get sacked by Miles Garrett. It was like that. Oh, let me double team Miles Garrett. Oh, you got a good player that that you building up on the other side, but overalls matter. Everything you did in the game matter. Now it's just they're playing us for dummies. They have these modes, and these modes like switch sticking. That's for competitive mode. But how are you going to switch stick? I seen guys on switch stick, and get a pass interference and don't get no pass interference. I'm like, how is that even possible? It's bad. It's really bad, man. Miles Garrett's a 99 overall, but he's getting blocked by a 68 overall. I mean, come on. All I'm saying, back in the day, if you had a player like Miles Garrett, AJ Brown, DeForest Buckner, if they were a superstar in real life, they were a superstar in the game. They didn't need no abilities. And they played up to their potential. Now it's way too many abilities in the game because people want to get this, and that. But they teasing y'all to say this is what you can get in MUT. Come over to MUT. And that's how y'all get sold. Y'all go over to play MUT and start spending money and all that. It's just a money making thing. You know, you if you want to have abilities for players that get drafted, fine, but you definitely got to tone them down. You definitely can't have stacking. I mean, me personally disagree. When we had the no abilities league, it was fire. It was fire, where everybody started off at zero abilities, and we had to build and groom our players. People played Madden again. Those first couple of seasons, they played Madden. They didn't, and don't get me wrong, that was what, 3 Maddens ago? That was fire. Everybody started off equal. Nobody had abilities. It wasn't no Mike Evans X Factor. It wasn't no Miles Garrett X Factor. It wasn't no um basically everybody started off like a Shador Sanders. Everybody was equal. Your overall was an 80, it was an 80, and you didn't have no abilities. If it was a 60, it was a 60 with no abilities. Yeah, I agree, Farrell. Certain teams and coaches do things a little better. I agree because like you take what's the Dolphins head coach, well, ex head coach now, Mike McDaniel's. He's honestly a great offensive coordinator, just like Josh Daniels or Josh McDaniels, whatever his name is for the Patriots. Great offensive coordinators. They're not meant to be head coaches. I'm not saying they shouldn't try it out. People offer them a job, but what I am saying is offenses are better. So basically, I play Madden 24/7, and I'm on the game. I know the ins and outs of the games, but now I can stack. All my team got abilities. Now I got a head coach or offensive coordinator that's better than everybody else. No. But what's the point of scouting then? What's the point of scouting? What's the point of having a draft? Just do a random draft where people go anywhere, and then guess what? You build them up. It's too much. And then another thing that pisses me off, when Madden comes out every year, they talk about how they do the overhaul, or they did this, and that, and the third. The game be the game be decent. It'd be a good game. By the time we get to that third update, the whole Madden community is complaining because they only do it to keep us drawn in so they can get their sales, and then they change the game back to how they want to make it. Why don't they make a game for the players? Make a version like overhaul connected franchise mode for us. Make a game or make a whole separate game for players. You're still gonna get your money either way. Then let's talk about why is it that everything the pro players want, the pro players get? Huh? What? You heard what I said. You taking our money and paying them in the tournament, but you don't want to fix the game for us, huh? Oh, let's talk about how I think I'm gonna get suspended now for real. Shots fired at EA because I think I'm gonna get suspended. It's all right. I'm not on the bar, but it's all right. Let's talk about little things that the pro players, like not all of them, but some of them wanted. It was a big beef about the previous play. When y'all took that out the game, y'all had leveled up. Even though the game was still broke, y'all had leveled up. You know why? Because now you evened the playing field. People couldn't steal your play, or everybody wasn't doing the same plays. They had to think. Now everybody hate the stream. But you know why? Because everybody's still in place. I played an opponent recently, and now this formation he came out in. Bam Bam Shaq, what's good, bro? Welcome to the podcast. I came out in the formation that I've been using for years. And I haven't seen nobody using it because that's my style of play. I use certain things like, for instance, if you take it back in the days, I was using the Patriots playbook for years. Nobody was to think about the Patriots playbook. When they started making all the ebooks for the Patriots playbook, everybody started using the Patriots playbook. Long story short, I have this formation I use that nobody goes in. It was a forgotten formation. I've been going in and going in and going in it. I've been using it for years. I played an opponent the other day and he had the formation. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Why? Of course, he didn't perfect it like I have because I've been using it for years. Yes, one or two plays in there that's very hard to stop. But why? Get your own style. That's what it should be about. That's what the old Madden was about. I don't get it. Everybody want to play like the next man. Right, franchise isn't the moneymaker. No, it's not. It's not the moneymaker. It's mud because they're buying coins. Yo, I got a dude on my job. Let's say the game come out tonight. Within a week or two, he'll have a 99 overall team. He done spent like $500 on coins. What? You spend all this money on coins? I know you don't got no groceries in your house, bro. Come on now. Shots fired, my boy. You know, it's just bad, man. They gotta really bring Madden to a whole. I really don't know if they're not gonna separate the games, MUT, and connect the franchise modes. You know, yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do because nobody care about your Giants, man. Get out of here. You know, it's sad because we're the ones suffering. But fellas, I'm gonna put a poll in. I don't know, but we might be going back to simulation. We need penalties. We need players recognized. We need teams recognized. There's no need to build, and everybody team is going in competitive mode, and they're basically equal. That's stupid. That's silly. What's the purpose of building? If I go to play easier, or if I go to play the Raiders, and I'm like, yeah, these two good players. I've been looking forward to this game. I done built up my team for 3, 4 years. I'm ready. I got the better team now, but now my team is playing equal because we in competitive mode. Easy as holding on a play, it don't get called. Huh? Pass interference on the play, it don't get called. Oh, that's an understatement about the copycats. That's an understatement, you know. And I'm not saying like I have brought it up to another friend of mine's that was in the league that's no longer with us. He said, you don't own the play, GY. No, I don't own the play. It's out there for everybody. But like I said, that formation, I haven't seen nobody use that formation in at least 3 to 4 Maddens. I'm old school. If I'm using something, unless it's just completely broke, I'm going to keep using it and trying to make it work if it's not even working as good. So when I saw that formation, because they had toned it down a lot, I mean, like, really. When I saw that formation, I said, what? Nobody comes out in this. Easy, you're right. And I talked to my wife about Madden a lot, and you would think she played Madden the way I hold conversation with her. And, she don't play Madden. She don't really know about Madden, but she says that too. Take it as a compliment. But easy, I'm not on the game enough to take it as a compliment. If I was on the game, I work 15 hours a day. So when I come to play Madden, I'm basically just playing to get the game out the way. Now, if I'm on vacation and I could put a little time or grind into the game, you see the difference in my gameplay. But they need to take out that previous play stuff, man. They really do. And we had put the streaming rule in for playoffs years ago, because it was always somebody quitting or something would happen. They would say they got disconnected, but they would quit. So that's how the streaming rule came about. It was for playoffs. And a lot of leagues went to streaming in general. Ours was one of them years ago. Then a lot of guys got mad at me because I said, you don't have to stream unless you want to. Then when Adrian's a commissioner, Adrian was like, Gywu, do you mind if I put an incentive out there for streaming? If you stream all your games, back then it was 16 or 17 games, you get a superstar upgrade at the end of the year. All right, it was an incentive to stream. Some cats did it, a lot of cats did it, right? Then we also have the incentive to the Monday night, the primetime games. If you stream them, when you get a star upgrade. Me personally, when I have a primetime game, I don't stream. Even if I really feel like I'm going to win, I don't stream because the previous play, people looking at your previous play, they need to take that out. I don't stream because for me to be basically an average user, there's no reason you should have to take my place. You don't see me going on the Lion stream, the Raiders stream, Easy stream, Ben stream, Farrell stream, and say, oh, let me see what plays work. No, if you see me on their stream and it's playoffs, I'm going on to watch the game to see who win, man. Who has time to still plays like that? But a lot of guys do, obviously. It's ridiculous, man. Let me know y'all comments on the podcast, man. Hit me up. DM me some topics for next Saturday. We got I got to talk to my boy, man. We got to get this thing right, man. Like I said, they probably banned me for a little while, but hopefully they don't. But I'm gonna continue to talk about it, man. I'm gonna continue to talk about it. It is bad. They gotta give CFM a complete overhaul. I did acknowledge you. I said shout out to the Super Bowl champ, but he's still light skinned. I've been said that. I said, how is that being light skinned working out for you? Finally got that. You can't let a light skinned person win the Super Bowl, man. Oh my God. Don't make me sick, man. I'm in here till he ain't being humble no more. Man, you ain't going back to back. If you go back to back, Farrell, if you go back to back, I got an X Factor upgrade and $25 Cash App coming your way. But it's your boy Gywu. I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Let me cook. Peace. What you say?